Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Speed Gaming, and welcome to Game 4 of this best-of-5 matchup in the semifinals of the championship bracket of the 2024 Zelda 1 Randomizer Winter Tournament. On the left, you see the screen of chessjerk. On the right, you see the screen of ta909. As I mentioned, we are in Game 4 of a best-of-5. chessjerk won Game 1 of this series, TA won Game 2, and last night, TA won Game 3. So TA can close this series out tonight, or chessjerk, if he wins tonight, can force a Game 5, which would be held 24 hours from right now. I am bbq.gov. I'm one half of our comms team. Doing tracking for us tonight is Ratboy42. And joining me on comms this evening is the lovely CD Improv. CD, how are we doing tonight?
Great, BBQ. How is your day going? And I mean, look at this race that we get to do commentary on. This is fantastic.
If the first three races of this best-of-5 set are any indication, we are in for some fast-paced, high-quality play tonight. I am super excited.
I mean, and they've been incredibly close, too. So it's kind of like, I'm almost hoping maybe we'll get another tie, even though that would drive poor Saber crazy. Looks like we're starting on Death Armos tonight.
And send help, and we start with a power bracelet. Well, that's some help.
Okay, I'm good with the power bracelet. I mean, that's a lot of spots on the overworld that we're going to get the chance to check, though. I'm kind of hoping that it's not actually going to be, like, the required item. Like, maybe throw a monkey wrench in the plans, and we've got to dig a raft out of 8 after getting a recorder out of, like, 3.
Yeah, we don't want to make this too easy. As TA gets the fortunate bomb drop there on his side from the blue Octoroks and is going to save that and do a hard reset. But yeah, as we were talking about in the pregame, in both of the past two races, the game has thrown an early red ring at our runners, which feels like you're piloting a rocket and then you just pour nitro on top of the jet fuel.
Oh yeah,
and it's just, let's make this a little challenging for these guys because they can handle it.
Oh, I mean, we've got two of the best in the game right now. chessjerk is going to go ahead and do an up A reset, which got him that first bomb chance. And now he's going to go continue searching the overworld for all sorts of shiny things, including a candle. Yay. I mean, it's relatively necessary. We might actually need something that's under a burn bush.
Well, they may be having to wait for a take any for that because our medium secret is 26. And as we just saw right there, our small secret is 1 shiny rupee.
Wow. I mean, if there's anybody who doesn't need to buy a ring, it's going to be ta909 and chessjerk. Like, they don't, it's not necessary. Like, you have the money and you wander into the shop and you got money spilling out of your pockets, maybe you buy it. But these guys, they just, I think they just want no easy defensive capability just sitting somewhere in a level. Like, you don't want that early in the game. Looks like TA is going to find level 2 and a bunch of bats, and chessjerk is going to find some form of 6 here on the other side of the screen. This kind of feels like first quest to me on chessjerk's side.
Given the column we're starting in and the fact that we can't go any other direction, this smells like it.
Yeah.
So, meanwhile, on TA's side, he's doing battle in this annoying room with Lionels, which are in the dungeons tonight.
Yay! Not on the well, I mean, again, these guys don't need to worry about that on the overworld. They can screen scroll, they can, walk from one side to the other and manage to dodge all the things. So it should be pretty good. We're going to get a key here on the floor for TA. We got a heart in 2.
Very on brand for chessjerk. Or no, TA found that, but
TA
that will be
that.
on brand for chessjerk when he finds it.
Well, I mean, you gotta have heart. And, we can't bomb that way, really. Alright, so there's a small little section. If this is first quest, there's a small little section that we can't get into in that 6 because we couldn't bomb through the wall. So there might be where the transport staircase takes us. And I think we're in a maze room. Or something similar.
Yeah, maybe a circle mode or something. Now we're in an NSU room.
Well, yeah, but we can see it now. Like, the room's all lit up. Looks like chessjerk, he could actually Canana key one of these sides, open the door, go back, stand near the other one, wait for that guy to come back very slowly. Here we go. He's baiting him. Meanwhile, TA is doing battle with some more blue Lionels. He's making good use of the bombs that he's got before picking up the bomb pack. Get back here!
Sir, come back! Here.
We have cookies. Come to the dark side. Good Canana key from chessjerk.
And he'll be rewarded with the compass after he kills these guys. Well, don't get grab-handed.
Oh, poor TA is going to take a Lionel beam to the face. Now chessjerk goes ahead, grabs the clock. I think he's going to go back into the room, maybe. I don't know that 3 is all that spawned. Unless he was counting.
He waited for a pause, for a beat, but I don't know if that was enough or not.
I'm more than willing to bet he's right, and I'm very wrong. But I mean, that's a white sword on the floor in 6.
Oh, that's a nice find. And the fact that it's the floor item makes your dig of 6 a lot easier because you know where the Triforce is. You can basically skip the rest of these rooms if you want to. Now, he's probably going to dig for keys and things, but he's just looking for a stair.
Yeah, keys, bombs, you know, there are lots of useful things there. So potentially, you just gotta not hug the Lionel beams and you're gonna be fine. There's the map to what we are pretty sure is first quest, level 6. So it's gonna look like the sleepy dragon. He's asleep on his tail. And I think he's farming maybe for bombs or a key here.
Yeah,
this is a room
in a big dungeon like this, farming for keys makes a lot of sense because they do tend to drop a lot.
Yeah, level 6 likes to give away keys. Level 1 is going to take every single one that you've got. Speaking of keys, we're going to find one just sitting on the floor.
EA, meanwhile, getting the business from these blue Lionels in a quad shooter room.
Yeah,
death.
It's oddly enough not the Lionels that are really, really giving him a hard time. It's the floor. You know, the floor is just like, no mercy, I'm going to shoot you. Really good bomb force from chessjerk. He's going to find some form of staircase. And it's, oh, all right, sure, it's the book.
This is interesting because on the one hand, yes, that unlocks all the hints if you in the hint caves, but also in the dungeons, which is perhaps even more important. But the problem is we're probably in a poverty seed, so how many hints are you actually going to buy?
Well, I mean, we've only seen, I believe, the small we've seen the small and the medium secret. There could be a very nice large secret as TA finds a raft on the floor of level 2. chessjerk's gonna take an unfortunate death. But I mean, you gotta clear enough of these dungeons and you find things like these spiders, they usually end up dropping a decent amount of money. So maybe you get enough in the dungeons just looking for the rest of your items to find it. To buy the hints.
Yeah, and if that's how that works for TA in this case, then yeah, that will be a nice solve for the money conundrum our runners are potentially facing.
Yeah, we have what is a very, very orange sandy floor room here in level 2. This room, especially in levels 2 and 3, generally has some form of a drop. Well, alright, we'll take the bombs. That's pretty useful. It looks like it's the 2 rooms all the way at the top that we have not yet been to. chessjerk gets his Triforce out of level 6, and he's done. He can just put that in the rearview mirror and not even think about it.
Especially good to single dip that here, given how far out of the way, all the way down in the southwest corner level 6 is. So you never have to come back here again, which is great.
I mean, the fact that he's coming out of there with a white sword and the book, which gives him the ability to talk to the old men that he's going to run into in the rest of the dungeons with the rest of the seed, that was a really nice level 6, if such a thing exists.
It's an interesting strategic decision too to dig a dungeon that early that level 6 has the potential to be big, but it also has the potential to have hard-hitting enemies in it. And the fact that you can handle that combat, do it in one shot, and get richly rewarded with 2 useful items, that's great news for chessjerk.
Oh, be careful, TA. Oh, good job, TA. TA takes out the Gleeok in the 16 block room, manages to get his Triforce, and he is now finished in level 2. That was fantastic.
Yeah, if you were wondering if these guys are good at combat, oh yeah, they're very good at combat. Interest on chessjerk's side at the grave, he's found a cave that has the candle in it, and he has enough money to get it now. 61 rupees. That could have been way worse.
Yeah, and that's mostly, he mostly got a lot of that in the dungeon. He didn't even really have to pick up a lot of secrets for that. So that means that he's still going to have money on the overworld. TA, meanwhile, is going to find his first take any at the wood sword cave, pick up a candle, and both of our runners now have, oh, look, whiz robes on the overworld. Yay!
Oh, why does it have to be on this screen? That's terrible.
Well, that one's not much better, as we're going to find 1 rupee and a cheap key. Well, it's not a cheap key, but still. Are we getting back off this screen is now my question.
Ooh, reply hazy. Ask again after the red wizrobes go away.
Oh gosh, be careful. You gotta be really, really careful here because if you take even like a fraction of a step too far, you're gonna get hit with that wizrobe beam and go back to start. Alright, so we got more orange wizrobes. We're gonna start checking some of these power bracelet spots since our runner started with the power bracelet. It's always good to remember that. You didn't find it in a dungeon, so sometimes it takes a minute to remember. And Ratboy, our tracker, is telling us that we have 99 rupee arrows today.
Ooh, well, better hope silvers are on the menu relatively early, because if those are required to purchase, which we have seen in seeds in this tournament, that's kind of gross.
Yeah, and it looks like somebody's saying that we found the hint shop. As chessjerk's going to go ahead, pick up the letter out of the letter cave, and TA finds what stinks like second quest 8, but I am not 100. No, it's not. It can't be first quest.
Do we have a shapes back?
Yay! We get shapes! Woohoo!
Oh.
Do we have fully segmented? Because with remove most open stairs, this is going to be a staircase room on ta909 side, because that rupee shouldn't be there.
Yeah, well, this is potentially a segment. I mean, shapes 8 has at least one stair. It can have more if we're segmented. That's a big, big secret.
Yeah, that was fantastic. chessjerk's like, look, I've actually got money now. He has seen a hint cave, which is pretty cool. So if I'm chessjerk, I've got the book. I know that the hints are going to be true. I'm going back to the hint cave, I think, maybe. As TA is going to get ladder blocked into he's going to get stuck in a Chevy room, but with the beam swords, he's actually going to be able to clear this.
Very nicely done to escape. A map here would be lovely.
Well, I mean, it's shapes. We just don't know exactly what shape it's going to be. It's chessjerk finds level 5 in the Deadwoods.
Okay, and this is first quest 5, so we know the shape. chessjerk doing a really good job dodging those blue dark nuts and encountering one of the 3 old men that are in level 5, and that one has a useful hint.
Yeah, Manhandla is up on Death Mountain, apparently. As I plug that into my handy-dandy Z tracker that I'm running on the side. Because I have the memory of a goldfish, so, you know, odds that I'm going to remember it without that, not very good. Alright, we got a compass here for TA in shapes 8. Looks like it might not actually be fully segmented. I got really excited. I love when some of the larger levels are actually fully segmented, just because you end up with some really funky 9s.
Oh, I am totally rooting for a funky 9. But let's add some degree of difficulty here for our runners. There's a heart on the floor for chessjerk. Again, very on brand.
I would sing, but I don't want to break anybody's eardrums, as ta909 is going to find the wand in a staircase in level 8. Now this, with the wizrobes being out in the overworld, is going to equalize their damage output. chessjerk has the white sword, TA has the wand, and we don't have second quest, so we don't have to worry about pesky second quest bubbles.
Well, that's about the only nice part so far, is that we don't have red and blue bubbles. But yeah, Shape's back half pretends all sorts of fun shenanigans. So I am very excited to see what this level 8 looks like if we can avoid the blue danger noodles.
I unfortunately think we're going to have to kill the blue danger noodles. But we're going to grab the Triforce out of 8. Now, if we want to avoid the blue danger noodles, we might need a bow, because we're not going up through the room to the right of them without killing that Goma. TA is going to take the wand, he's going to take his Triforce, and he's going to nope out with that Goma screaming at him, "Hey, you, come back, I want that Dorito."
And now I want Doritos.
I mean, you know how long it's been since I've had a Cool Ranch Dorito?
That's exactly the flavor I was thinking of.
Num 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 num. Oddly enough, they are not terrible when dipped in chocolate.
Yeah, see, it's a flavor profile that I wouldn't think would go together, but
well, it's like salt and pretzels and chocolate. It's very similar.
Okay, that adds up.
All right, meanwhile, chessjerk is continuing to work his way here through level 5. We found, I believe, a heart on the floor, and we haven't found the staircase item yet. And apparently, Captain Bardo's wife eats Cool Ranch Doritos with guacamole. He thinks it's weird. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, those seem like things that would go together. Those are cheap bombs on TA's side, by the way.
Oh, I like cheap bombs. Cheap bombs are good. But it's okay, Captain Bardo. That's the nice thing about food is that, you know what, we're not all going to agree, and that gives us something to always talk about. So, yay. And Moneymerks thinks I'm weird, so, you know, it's a fantastic day.
The chocolate's good with just about anything.
Ooh, well, we can't go that way. Well, very true, but I don't know that I would want to put chocolate on vegetables. I recently saw a picture of, by the way, we found some any roads on TA's side that, well, those two are utter garbage since they are next to each other.
Okay, put 3 at the letter cave. Yes!
Oh, this is so bad. Game, what are you doing?
You know, corner. Oh!
No, we got 1 down on the coast, but we got 3 in a row up on Death Mountain. This is garbage. This is such garbage.
This is great. This is the degree of difficulty we're looking for with these 2 runners.
This is just, no, this is terrible. But hey, here's the really good news about chessjerk. He's having a great time in 5. It's given him enough keys with the dig of 6 and 5. He's been able to open up some of these key doors, and he's going to find silver arrows. Woohoo!
Okay, well, arrows are not going to need to be purchased. I missed what was on the coast. What was that?
Well, I think Rat Boy may have caught it, but I'm waiting. At least I'm gonna hope Rat Boy or chat caught it. I was busy looking at the silvers and going, oh, shiny. I mean, we want this to be a little bit difficult game, and Rat Boy also missed it because we were all looking at the silvers going, oh, this is nice. And we're gonna see another hint cave on ta909 side.
Yeah, chat's telling us it's a heart. Yeah, and to answer your question in chat, were the silvers deep in 5? Oh yes, bottom left, as far as you can go. The last possible room, but very worth the dig for chessjerk.
Yeah, and you actually had to work your way around, as we're gonna find a heart underneath the Armos item. You actually have to work your way around a topside moat room, because that was, you know, that's the only way you could get there.
Yeah, so far the game is making our runners put in a decent amount of work, which I am in favor
of.
Oh, here's
hello, level 9, shapes 9, woohoo! As TA finds shape 7.
And shape 7, that was in the Eastern Forest, I think.
Possibly. He was over on bombing he was bombing and burning and stuff on the coast. Oh, hi, Padra. To answer a question in chat, TA hasn't found the white sword item yet, so it's not uncommon for runners who are amazing to pick up at least enough hearts to be able to pick up the white sword item, and then a lot of times they're just going to ignore them. Really good job bursting down a lot of this Patra.
Yeah, the fact that he only got hit once by those Patrites, it was really impressive, as now chessjerk has found level 2 on his side. This is probably the map? Yes, it is.
Ooh! Oh, what do we got? I'm gonna say it's an archer or like a hunter riding a llama.
Yeah, I'm in the same
Don't ask me why he's riding a llama. But it's some guy riding a llama.
It's the long neck. That's what they're like, an alpaca or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm being told I'm wrong, and it's the hoodie from the Black Mage of Final Fantasy 1, even though Rick isn't listening to us.
I don't know my Final Fantasy, so I'm just going to pretend that I'm going to pretend I don't understand that.
Well, other people are saying the rocket from Futurama, so.
Okay, that's possible too.
It's okay. I mean, we could have taken advantage of the fact that Rick had us muted for a very small amount of time and told chat to start talking about really weird food combinations to make him wonder, but it's okay. We've got his attention again. All right, chessjerk. Meanwhile, he's immediately going to take out the Gliok. He's going to save the room because he hasn't found the items yet. Now, we know that it's going to be a heart and a raft, and there's a small chance that that raft is actually going to be useful. And yes, the Planet Express. A lot of chat seems to think that this is the Futurama ship.
Okay, that's entirely fair. There are no wrong answers unless you say it's a cactus. And
Well,
even then, sometimes
again,
you're right if it's
I don't have problems with cactuses. I happen to own 2. They live out on my porch.
well, cactuses are fine.
They're very, very cute and very, very hard to kill.
Yeah, and unlike other critters that live in the desert, they don't sting or kill you, which is great.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. Snakes are bad.
There's our bait block in 7, useless bait block at the top of the head of the archer. There's a room we can't do quite yet.
Okay, that's a slight problem. Yeah, it's kind of nice that the bait block's out of the way, though oddly enough, that almost makes you... It's only a couple of rooms off of where it would have been in a vanilla First Quest 7. TA is going to do that really cool reverse block clip. We're going to get heart on the floor in 7.
That'll make things a little easier for TA. In the bigger dungeons, when you can get your floor item first, it makes it a lot easier to skip rooms. Now, can that block push with that bomb being there?
I missed it. I was watching the chat about funky-looking cactuses that have hair and talk of succulents in chat.
Okay, that's more interesting. I'm
well,
down
no,
for
I
that.
mean the block is more interesting. This is, after all, a Zelda race.
Yeah, but, the one thing can be true. You can have fun. So I guess that didn't push, and TA is going to keep pressing on towards the southern half, I guess, of the rear of the llama.
Yeah, it really does kind of look like a llama. Either that, or you know what? Somebody in chat said it was the guy riding the bird in Joust.
Yeah, I suppose that could be. I mean, any bird with a long neck, or any animal with a long neck.
Like an ostrich, or maybe we're riding a giraffe all of a sudden. chessjerk, meanwhile, is going to go ahead and pick up his Triforce out of level 6, and we are again tied in the Triforce count. We're going to find another old man in level 7 who's the reason we couldn't bomb south into that room. Oh, yeah, good point, chat. Sorry, guys, I'm going off what I can actually see on the screen at the moment. chessjerk is going to pick up an exorbitantly priced Coca-Cola there. How much do you want to bet it's imported?
Was it the Mexican Coca-Cola?
I mean,
That's
it was
delicious.
21 to 60 something. So, yeah, I'm betting it's Mexican Coke, and those are very tasty. chessjerk is going to find his Take Any at the Woodsword Cave, pick up another heart, because, you gotta have heart. And, oh, poor TA is just going to get stuck in a mess of a room full of Lionel's bubbles and things trying to kill him and get to go all the way back to start.
He has run into some really gross rooms in some of the dungeons he's been in, including in 2, a dungeon you wouldn't normally think would be terrible for combat, but tonight it was.
Yeah, this is just with what he has right now, and the fact that everything is shooting at us in these rooms are a little bit problematic. Now, chessjerk is going to see the arrows. He already has silver, so he knows he doesn't have to buy them.
Yeah, that has to feel really good. Now, if he goes a couple screens to the right from where that arrow shop was, he'll find our expensive hint shop. Once he finds that, it'll be interesting to see how many of those hints he decides to purchase.
I mean, he's already got a potion, he's got a ton of money, he's already got silver arrows, and hey, there is a white sword recorder underneath the burn bush that chessjerk's going to be able to pick up. Somebody in chat asked us about that, but we were busy with maybe Doritos talk. I'm not entirely sure.
It's probably the Doritos. It was either the Doritos or the cactus. Either way, it was fun.
Yep. I mean, the furry cactuses are kind of cute, though. I think those are succulents.
It's a swag clip by TA to go in those stairs backwards when the bomb goes off. That's I want to say that's almost a frame perfect thing to do, but very nicely done.
See, I do it when I goofed up the bomb placement and I'm still trying to get in. So I'll just use that as an excuse next time, is that I was setting up a frame perfect clip.
Yeah, and that's all we do in this game, is just do tricks all the time.
Well, I mean, I do a fair amount of dying, but it's okay.
To
answer a question in chat, does the white sword item still have the heart requirements? It does, and in this case, the white sword can roll between 4 and 6 hearts.
Yeah, I think chessjerk had the full 6 when he picked it up, and TA has 7, so we're not going to know whether the requirement to pick it up was 4, 5, or 6 hearts. But once TA finds it and gets back towards Candle Row, he'll have his tutor as well. So between our runners, we have all 3 potential overworld blocking items.
Yay! I mean, we do like that. This is not terrible. Well, no, actually, we need a ladder still, because there are those 2 pesky, annoying second quest spots down in the back of the river.
Well, that's right, we do need, yeah. So, well, that would be fun. Of all the things you could need, the thing that opens the least amount of spots being required could be fun.
Well, to answer your question in chat, does chessjerk use a NAS or an emulator? chessjerk is playing on original hardware. TA is playing on an emulator, I think. But that's why you can actually see some of the original TV lines on chessjerk's side, is because it's coming through an actual Nintendo.
Yeah, and an actual
or
CRT.
Something similar. Yeah. Woohoo! TA's rich.
All right, TA has money now and can do stuff and things. chessjerk, meanwhile, is using his newly found tutor to clear out the desert and knock out some of these tutor checks.
Hey, TA at the White Sword Cave found level 4.
Okay, so first quest level 4, not a huge dungeon, and one that's usually manageable, not too linear, and has some fun push block rooms like that, although that's not going to be a push block to do anything other than open up that shutter door.
Yeah, chessjerk, you've already bought... Oh, this screen is... He's like, no, I'm going to duck back in the potion shop, just to be careful. He doesn't want to... He doesn't want to take a death here, because you're going to have to work your way all the way back. Looks like we're going to recorder away from the fairy fountain, though, after we refill our health.
That old man has probably the best shop placement I've seen in Hyrule in a while. Put a potion shop right outside a shooting gallery of blue Wizrows. Like, hey, you know what you might need? You might need a potion. You should probably consider giving me some money.
Just to get to the fairy fountain. You're going to need a potion just to get to the fairy fountain around those blue Wizrows.
That's right.
But all right, we're back to whistling the overworld. Or, combing the desert, whichever pun you seem to prefer. Meanwhile, TA is continuing to work his way here through 4. Is this going to be our item? Yeah, there we go.
All right, what do we have hiding in the basement? We have the last overworld blocking item. That's the ladder in 4. Very vanilla.
Yeah, you know what the funny part would be, though? If none of our items were actually blocked by the recorder, power bracelet, raft, or ladder. Just because it would make the seed go longer, because they're going to check every single one of those spots.
Yeah, the only thing that's blocked any of the levels so far that we've seen is a burn bush.
Level 4, to answer chat, is the White Sword Cave in vanilla. Alright, meanwhile, TA is out of there. Now, I'm wondering if we saw something on the floor, because he is leaving. 4 is relatively small, so I imagine if he didn't find the floor item, he may have thought about digging it back out this early in the game. And we're gonna get the first check of the river spot, and chat's saying no, so we'll see. Well, alright, those pesky second quest ladder spots are going to be absolutely nothing tonight. chessjerk is going to check a coast raft and find a potion shop. And then do one of my favorite clips in the game. I love this screen scroll, because it just saves you so much time.
It really does. There are a handful, but there's the confirmation that level 7 was at the Armos spot. But there are a handful of screens, and up just north of vanilla level 1's another one, where if you can pull that screen scroll off reliably, you can save a ton of routing time. So it's just so fun to pull off when you can do it. Yeah,
one of my favorites is actually one that I saw Captain Green do like forever and a day ago, way before this tournament even started. It's where you clip into the fairy fountain from the desert.
Oh, I like that one too. Well, particularly today, given what's right below the desert fairy fountain.
Poor chessjerk. Poor chessjerk's gonna take a death to that evil Patra who's waiting for you just inside the door, and decide that he's going on a field trip instead of dealing with the rest of that 7 or
We're talking about shooting galleries in the desert here, or in the woods.
Hey, look!
Bailed out just in time.
We got a heart. Hearts are good. We can now take, a beam from a whiz rope and still die. Chester's going to get his Armos item heart here, which is probably why he left 7, is he wanted to see what in the world it was. Now he's going to, oh gosh, very gingerly make his way all the way over to Vanilla Second Quest, or Vanilla 2.
Well, fancy footwork by both our runners tonight just to get around obstacles that for most runners would just leave you dead and going back to start.
Yeah, and to answer a question in chat, if the Wizards are on the Overworld, can they still appear in dungeons? No. If the enemy set rolls to the Overworld, they're just going to be in the Overworld, which means that our dungeons tonight are going to be full of lots of other terrible things, but Wizards aren't going to be one of them.
That's true. We have seen the Lionels in the dungeon so far, and usually when you have Wizrobes on the Overworld, the Lionels are the things that usually get swapped in its place.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have Darknets, and we're gonna, oh, hints, oh, chessjerk, you have 145 rupees, go buy hints, thank you.
All right, hint number 1. Well, that's old news.
Well, not for chessjerk. That's actually really good for chessjerk, because TA is going to find and enter level 5. The
1 and 8. So that.
Well, yeah, technically the 1 was kind of on the other side of a Goma block because we didn't actually have to fire the arrow. And was that sail not to save the princess for the last one?
Yes, it was.
All right, so chessjerk now has the information about the ladder being in 4. He knows that there's a potential Goma block covering the wand, and now technically there was a Goma block in 8. It was just TA got around it.
Right, so that was the Goma was not in the room where the wand was, but
yeah, it was on one of the potential paths. So when the game is making up hints, it looks at the potential paths, and if there's like a block on one of the potential paths, then it can say, hey, this is blocked by that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that there's not another way to get to it, as TA is going to get a face full of Patra and a Triforce. Well, we'll get the Triforce in a minute.
That's information, but yeah, not great. Now, the interesting thing here for TA, he knows where the Triforce is. He left an item behind in 4. He's not going to want to leave an item behind in 5, because as we know, that's the silver arrows way down in the bottom left of the map. So it'll be interesting to see if he dives back in after grabbing this Triforce.
Oh, chessjerk is about to find the absolute garbage of any roads, because, we totally need to go 3 screens directly next to each other. And again, to touch on a question in chat, the reason it's saying fire an arrow to get the wand is because technically along the path, there was a broom that was Goma blocked. There was a bit of the path that was Goma blocked, but there was a way around it that TA ended up finding. So the game just looks to see if one of the paths is blocked. And here's the really good news for TA. When he gets down to that bottom of 5, he's going to be able to just walk through that moat room. Now, chessjerk had to spend a little bit more time trying to figure out an alternate path, because you enter through there, you head straight down into a topside moat. Without the ladder, you have to go back up, head to the right, and kind of work your way through a couple of different rooms.
Very true. A good potential time save for TA if he full clears this 5, which odds are I would be surprised if he didn't, given that he has neither bow nor silver.
Well, the fact that he's walked past the Triforce several times now makes me think he is at least going to dig some more of this 5. Now, whether he sticks it out after finding one of the 2 items is a floor heart, we'll see. Because in his mind, it's now, not as, or maybe it's not as important, because he's got one of the 2 items. He's got the Triforce. If he goes back in, this is going to be really good for him. Unfortunately, he's going to keep going.
And this may not be as dire a situation as one might think, because he's relatively close to... I don't think he's done Candle Row yet, which is probably going to be next or close to next on his list. He'll get the recorder in relatively short order. We have hints we can't buy on chessjerk's side.
I mean, we'd really like to. It'd be cool if the game would tell us where our bow was. And hey, he's got a couple more large secrets out there, but chessjerk is going to go ahead and find level 8. Now, as we saw on TA's side, you can get to both the Triforce and the wand without having to really deal with the Goma that's going to be blocking a couple of rooms. To answer a question in chat, they're kind of positing why TA is leaving items behind, and he's been taking a few more deaths than usual, and whether or not it might have him a little rattled. At the moment, TA is up 2-1. He's playing somebody of the caliber of chessjerk, who is, you know, both of these guys are super amazing at this video game. So maybe he's risking it a little bit, with especially with how close the past couple of races have been. But at the same time, he's gonna be able to go back into some of these dungeons and make some logical plays later. And you can't. It's only 33 minutes into the race. You can't can him out.
Oh, definitely. Especially once you get the ability with the recorder. He doesn't know the recorder's the white sword item yet, but once you have that, having those Triforces out of those dungeons means, oh, there's a gross left mola there. Means you can get back to those dungeons real quick if you need to go back and redig a dungeon for one item that's in there. So this is still anybody's ball game.
And yeah, I won't say that the deaths aren't maybe upsetting him a little bit, but at the same time, you know, it's just, you gotta go. You're in the semifinals. You're up 2-1 against, you know, chessjerk. You might as well. And hey, if something goes wrong, there's always game 5. And chat would be thrilled by that, as TA is gonna pick up his white sword off the floor of level 6.
chessjerk's seen a few rooms out of 8 and is, I think, deciding that a shapes 8 versus trying to find something like a level 1 or a level 3, neither of which we've seen so far.
He's out of
maybe
bombs.
the better. Oh, is he out of bombs? Oh, okay. Well,
he's
that'll
got
do
one
it too.
bomb. He's trying to get a bomb drop, I think. Because again, if you can get the Triforce, you've already got silvers, you've got a white sword, you've got a ton of items. You know, you definitely want to try to do as much of this as you can, or just farm bombs, because the respawn mechanic is going to keep bringing them back. TA is going to get his book at a level 6.
Both items for TA, and he knows where the Triforce is. It's in this room right down here, and he's done in level 6.
All right, by level 6, thank you very much for the shiny objects. We are leaving. chessjerk, meanwhile, is gonna go back to burning the forest, it looks like, or trying to get bombs. None of these orange wizards are helping. Hey, there's the cheap bomb store, but we're a little short.
Excellent. Always good to have that as a resource, but unfortunately, we don't have a coupon.
To answer your question in chat, Manhandla is up on Death Mountain, so we know that level 3 is, well, chessjerk and the announcers and tracker and all of you know that level 3 is going to be somewhere on Death Mountain. All right, TA is going to go back into level 5, which is going to end up being a good call.
Yeah, he happens.
Now he's got the hint.
Okay, now we have equal information. But he was in the area anyway, because 5's also in the Deadwoods. So
yep.
While you're here, while you have additional, well, you just gave back all your hearts. Oh no, is he gonna bail
He wanted
again?
the hints. Both of the hints, 2 of the old men and 5 were up towards the top of the dungeon. He wanted to know the information since he pulled the book out of 6. Again, guys, there's still a lot of race to happen. We don't have a bow yet. We haven't found, what are we missing? 3, which is up on Death Mountain. TA is gonna find level 9 here.
And there's a big secret for chessjerk, and now hints ? Although he's gonna find level 4 right now.
Yeah, he's about to find level 4. He's about to hopefully get his ladder, and maybe we'll see if he digs out whatever that floor drop's going to be. TA, meanwhile, not having found the hint store with the book, is going to go check the raft spots. And yeah, I know, Rick. He knows the ladder's here, so he's going to get it. But, you know, you never know. You could get the hint somewhere else, and maybe it's Goma blocked or whatever.
TA's about to get his recorder right now.
Yep, there we go. Alright, so we got the recorder for ta909, but oddly enough, so far, nothing's been blocked. TA's gonna buy some more bombs.
Really, the only places I can think of that we haven't seen is basically most of Death Mountain. So, and there are really only 2 overworld blocking spots up there. One's a push block and one is a recorder spot.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of amusing as TA starts checking some of these recorder spots. It's going to be kind of amusing if nothing ends up being blocked and the game made it so easy to get all of the overworld blocking things.
And is making it very hard to get a banana. Just putting that out there. There's the ladder for Chester.
Do we really want the banana?
I mean, they don't. For comedy purposes, maybe we do. I don't know.
I mean, comedy purposes, we could go back to talking about dipping Doritos in funny things again.
Ooh, I mean that we could do both. Why not both?
Like melted cheese or queso.
Oh, queso. Oh, we had some really good queso for dinner the other night.
Oh,
or with dinner, not for dinner. That would be weird. But with dinner, it was very good.
All right, meanwhile, chessjerk is going to grab his ladder and his Triforce at a level 4. Now, with the information that chessjerk has and with the amount of Triforces he has, does he go back in and look for the last floor item? Yes, it looks like he does. Level 4, it's first quest, it's really small.
And there's a third large secret at the forgotten spot for TA, so he is loaded for bear. He already had a bunch of money, but now he has a bunch of money on the floor.
All right, meanwhile, chessjerk's going to go ahead. We're going to find a banana. Speaking of the banana, we're going to find it on the floor in level 4. Now, chessjerk is farming a bomb drop, and then he's going to wander around the banana. He's going to pick up go one room further and pick up a free key, so I like this. This is good.
Okay, well, here's one more level on TA's side that is not overworld blocked.
Yeah, look at this. The game gave us all the things that would have been blocking us on the overworld, and instead, we're not going to need any of them.
It's a reverse, I gave you all the clues, Mr. Policeman. I love it.
All right, meanwhile, TA is going to find the thing that looks like the ninja throwing star. We're going to find out that Mags is also up on Death Mountain, and chessjerk does have a very small chance of being able to pick that up when he goes up to Death Mountain looking for level 3. That room in 3 annoys me so much.
The horizontal chute. Yeah, it does see it all seems to always drop something, and usually either it's a key where you have to spend a key to get it, or it's a key item and it's in some ridiculous combat room.
Yeah, it's just like really, or you have to enter from the middle and it ends up being full of whiz robes. We find the bow in level 3.
Okay, so both our runners have one half of the Murder Ganon starter pack. chessjerk is unlikely to miss level 3, and given where at the top of the one room short of the Triforce, there's no way chessjerk's missing the bow in 3.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna miss it. It's on the way to the Triforce. It's a really, really, really tiny dungeon, and you definitely want to dig First Quest 3 before you go and you dig Shape 7, Shapes 8, or Shapes 9. But alright, chessjerk's going to continue checking. Again, these are going to end up being white herrings, but he is on his way towards Death Mountain.
Yeah, it's really about all overworld-wise that he hasn't checked yet. He's done a very thorough job of clearing out the eastern half of the map and the Deadwoods. So really about all that's left.
And oddly enough, SiriUX pointing out in chat, you know what else we haven't found yet?
Level 1.
Yeah, we might need that. I do occasionally forget that exists.
Well, we know it doesn't have any required items in it, but our runners don't know that. One doesn't know where the silvers are, one doesn't know where the bow is.
Yeah, we kind of need a Triforce. And chessjerk's going to come across that bow really quickly. He knows that Death Mountain is where level 3 is, so he's going to find 3. He's going to find Death Mountain. He's going to find 3. He's going to find the bow. He's going to get his Triforce. But again, we're missing 1. And now I'm still really hoping, as we're going to get the expensive hints on TA's side.
All right, Cadillac hints. Well, that's good news for TA. 6
we knew that. Thank you. Datongo has a ref. Those one of those was helpful. One of those is really good information from TA. And look, we found Death Mountain we found level 1 on West Death Mountain.
Okay, and this is first quest 1. So 3 items, 2 on the floor, 1 in the stair. Nice job with the bomb force by chessjerk there in the last room on the right to be able to get full complement of bombs.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I mean, you know, level 1 is really, really tiny. There's 3 items in here. chessjerk doesn't have a bow yet, so he's going to fully clear these. And you know what would be really nice to see, other than a blue boomerang? How about an ending key? As TA is going to go ahead and check the other hints.
There's a heart in a pancake for chessjerk, so 1 item down.
Wait, it's Valentine's Day and we made pancakes?
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yay!
We're getting item number 2. Also a heart. Also
Yay!
a heart.
This is the chessjerk level, and you know what else is up here on Death Mountain? The magical sword.
Oh, okay. So we can just get everything done while you're up here. He's got an 80% chance picking it up.
Yeah, I don't remember where we saw level 9, but both of our runners have actually seen level 9. There's the red candle on the floor, so we got heart, heart, red candle.
It's the full Valentine's Day kit. You use the candle to, you know, set a romantic setting, and then a couple of hearts with chocolate in them.
Yay! Well, I mean, I don't know that I would. Well, yeah, I do like chocolate chip pancakes. It just would be difficult to turn that into heart shape because they melt.
Yeah, that does increase the degree of difficulty here. chessjerk making really quick work of this level 1 and get it coming out key positive. That's, you know, despite the fact that it doesn't have a required item in here, that is very good quick progress for chessjerk.
Yep. Meanwhile, TA is like, okay, well, what do I have left? West Death Mountain. So TA is on his way to find level 1. Now, TA, I don't know if he's going to clear past finding the Triforce, but it looks like the Triforce is in one of the last possible rooms as TA finds his level 1. So, I mean, guys, this is, again, with the exception of the fact that chessjerk still needs to find 3, go back and finish 7 and 8, this is kind of shaping up, it could get a little bit funky depending upon if TA goes into 9 without the silver arrows.
Not just any 9s. There's the Triforce all the way in the top of the eagle. Not just any 9, but a Shapes 9.
Yay, let's hope we find a map. Alright, meanwhile, chessjerk is going to go ahead, find his Triforce at level 1. He's probably going to finish bombing the rest of West Death Mountain, and since we've seen East Death Mountain on TA's side, Mags is going to be on this side. And we have a really good shot at picking it up. Alright, we're going to go this way first, apparently. There is the heart in the stair. I'm really surprised he's picking this up, but maybe he also saw the magical sword hint. We're going to find some more money that we don't have any room in our pockets for. To answer your question in chat, it was red candle and 2 hearts. So it gives both of our runners a really good chance of being able to pick up the magical sword, which we do actually know is up here.
Could it be here? Well, no. Even all the money is hiding up here.
I mean, if we're broke, then we just come back up the West Death Mountain. That works.
Okay, that block didn't push. So it is official, CD. You called it.
Nothing was blocked.
None of our levels are overworld blocked.
Well, I mean, we've seen all the levels now. We're just looking for the magical sword. I mean, chessjerk hasn't seen all the levels, but we have. There it is.
And 13 hearts is enough.
Yep, TA, meanwhile, finds the last of the items here in level 1, and he's going to go get his Triforce.
Ooh, and a very nice bomb force on those ropes.
And yeah, Mag's hype. I mean, you know, the seed's been relatively nice to us so far. The whiz ropes are on the overworld, which doesn't bother these runners as much. chessjerk is going to whistle back to, I'm wondering if we're going to see him whistle back to 4, because it's easier to get to Death Mountain. No, 1. He's going to take the shortcut back to 1.
Yeah,
and
so here's, yeah, headed right to Eastern DM, so he'll have level 3 found here in a matter of moments.
Oh yeah, we are good. I mean, he's going to find level 3. He does have to go back and finish level 7 and 8. TA also has to go back into level 7 to get the Triforce out of it, and it was a bit of a mess. Alright, TA's got his Triforce out of level 1. Now, he should, in theory, be heading back to level 7. Because I don't know that we see him sticking around at nearly 50 minutes into race 4 of 5 of this series without. I don't know that we see him sticking around without a really good reason. He's got the white sword that is more than enough to finish the game with. I mean, yes, Mags is nice, but it's not guaranteed right now. As chessjerk is going to find level 3. A heart on the floor, because we totally needed another one.
Okay, where is TA headed? Is he...
This is the arrow shop. He's getting arrows.
He doesn't have arrows!
Because there was a potential Goma block in level 8. There's a path that is, in fact, blocked by a Goma in 8. Or was that 7?
I think, well, there was a Goma in 8, but it did not end up blocking the wand, despite the hint saying that it could.
Well, yeah, it blocked one of the paths. We've had a few discussions about like how to kind of fix this in the Discord, but buying arrows is a good idea. He's now headed back towards 7, and man, that is not any road that I would have taken, as chessjerk finds his bow in 3. And chessjerk he's in go mode. He knows, I do believe he knows where 7 is. He knows where 8 is, and he's gonna be on his way. TA is gonna pick up a potion. He's also gonna buy the really expensive Mexican Coke.
It's probably delicious. I can't disagree.
It is. I've had it. It's really, really delicious. It's very yummy, but I don't know that I would pay 3 times the amount of money for it. chessjerk is whistling away somewhere.
That's level 2, so he's at 8.
Oh, bomb upgrade that TA can potentially afford, but here's the thing. He won't be able to shoot very many arrows.
Yeah, and he's not guaranteed to find a whole lot of money elsewhere. And one thing we haven't seen yet, I don't think in any of our dungeons, is a mugger.
Yeah, not yet. I don't remember seeing one. All right, chessjerk is going to go into level 8. Now, chessjerk was actually, there is I think another Goma block in 8. Because that's, again, we got the hint that the wand was Goma blocked.
Yeah, and he also exited out of here because he ran out of bombs fairly early. He is going to take this stair here, which I think, yeah, that is our transport.
All right, meanwhile, TA is working his way through this dude riding a llama. He is going to skip the bomb upgrade again, and I agree with this. You've got arrows, you know, there might be a mugger in here, and you still technically have 4 bombs.
Yeah, if you're going to buy it at any point, the time to buy it would be when you have 0 or 1 bombs.
Yeah.
And he might be saving it for that, but he also might just be, in the interest of time, just saying, I need to go.
Well, it is really close to start as well, which is pretty useful, but I'm going to be curious to see exactly where the Triforce here is in 7, and I'm kind of rooting for the nose of the llama.
Oh, if it's there, that is lovely.
Uh-huh, that'd be great.
All right, very nice clock for TA in this room. Well, it's in the chest of the llama.
Okay, but here's good news, bad news for TA. He is still looking for a couple of different items, so he's kind of still digging around here in 7, but I'll be curious to see, now having hit a dead end, does he take the Triforce and leave, or does he go back into the llama?
I mean, I think he saw a decent amount of it earlier, didn't he?
Yeah, it's just he's got a lot of... Oh, we're saving. I have a feeling this means we're going to 9. Or maybe 5. 5 is over here.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. I mean, even if he does end up going in, no, he's going to 5.
5 is right here. Is he going in? He's going in! Light Strife, he's already checked all the hint shops, so he found out what the item in 4 was. That was about the only useful hint that we did not know yet.
There's our map of 8. That is a chunky boy.
Well, I mean, going to 5 makes sense because 9 is down here. It's in the Dead Woods. So, you know, going into 5 before you go into Shapes 9 is, you know what the map looks like. You know what rooms you've already checked. The enemy set is pretty easy. You know, you don't want to have to go into Shapes 8, Shapes 7, or Shapes 9.
Yeah, if this was 2Q9, that might make the calculus a little bit different. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. The key here is that it's a shapes. You have no idea how goofy a 9 we're going to get. And we say 9 is the great equalizer a lot of the time. In a shapes 9, oh yeah, definitely can be.
I mean, he's going to take an unfortunate death trying to pick up the key here in level 5. It's a slightly rotated Bart Simpson. All right, Bourbon Fire. I like that. That is good.
I have a cow, Link.
And to kind of touch on a topic in chat, CK Menace, do you even play the game? Because if you play the game, this makes sense. Especially if you play to the caliber of ta909 and chessjerk. You got, like, they understand the logic better than anybody. They understand the odds better than anybody. So second guessing the runners in a semifinals game in a tournament? Yeah, no. Anyway, chessjerk, meanwhile, he's leaving. He's going somewhere else.
Yeah, he's got the Triforce out of 8. Doesn't need to dig anything else. He knows where 7 is, so he can knock this out. And then he will be off to 9. So we are legit in a race here.
Yeah, this is... Oh.
Boy, both our runners are going to be in 9 at about the same time. So strap in, folks, because this is going to get really interesting really fast.
To answer a question in chat, the silvers are in the jaw of the lizard. They're all the way down in the bottom, the next room to the left. chessjerk is going to go say hi to the Patra that I believe killed him the last time.
Yes, it did.
And yeah, he's about to get his silvers.
Just wiping out that...
Hi, Llama. How you doing, Llama? I mean, you know... This is just the best shape. I can't wait to see, having seen what 7 looks like and seeing what 8 looks like. Dude, this is going to be a great 9 if we can manage to get the map.
Oh, and yeah, the game does like to throw the map at you relatively early some of the time in 9, but in a shapes 9, all bets are off. I want to see where I didn't even see if we enter at the bottom. We're going to see right here.
I think we did. We entered all the way down in the bottom right-hand corner.
Okay, so many options here. You can go all 3 directions, so that's fun.
All right, so BBQ, what are we looking for here? That's a staircase in level 9.
Well, we're looking for 2 things. I mean, well, you could say we're looking for 3 because the map's going to be entertaining no matter what. We are looking for the Roar of Ganon. Ganon is a noisy boy. He's probably had a lot of noise complaints filed against him. But he can be heard if you are in a room that is adjacent to... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, chessjerk took the transport in 7, which is going to delay him from finding the Triforce for just a little bit.
Oh, and he's going to clear this room here, thinking this might be it. Ganon, noisy, can be heard if you are in a room that is orthogonally adjacent. So 1 room up, down, left, or right. The other thing we're looking for is the location of the kidnapped. She is in a room that is guarded by a single shutter door that even if you clear all the enemies out before you kill Ganon, it will not open. But if you enter the room and there are enemies in there after you kill Ganon, the door will pop open without any effort whatsoever, and you'll know you have found the location of the princess.
Alright, so meanwhile, TA continuing to dig through 9, chessjerk continuing to dig through 7. Unfortunately, taking that transport staircase has got him completely in the wrong section of 7 from where he needs to be. The Triforce was down in the very bottom of the body of the llama.
Oh, I have some good news for you, CD.
Cemented! Yes!
Oh, we have a hint as to what quadrant the kidnapped is in, but that means we have 7 sets of transport stairs in this boy.
This is so beautiful. I want one of them to be in the segment. Please. Please just put one of them in the segment. That would be like the bestest present ever.
Oh, if Ganon's in the segment, that would be so great.
You know how confusing that would be as you search the rest of this 9 just trying to find Ganon and you can't hear him anywhere and then you're like, darn, which staircase do I need?
It's one of those things. It's one of those things, right? Where you say, you always say check your corners in shapes like this. Do you start throwing yourself downstairs trying to find a way over to that segment to try to check that corner?
I don't know. Like, it's a hard call. What if you get over there and, like, it's absolutely nothing and it just derails you from where you needed to be?
Yeah. By the way, I can see where the head of the llama fits into that gap in level 9.
Yeah, I know, so can I. The gap is part of that. Wow. I wonder if, did we see a map? We did see the map of 8. I was trying to figure out if maybe there was, like, another little chunk for that hole.
Yeah, I don't know what that hole is. That
Like,
is
because
weird.
there's a tiny little bit more, there's a few more rooms missing. I mean, there are normally gaps in some of these. Meanwhile, chessjerk is headed back in the correct direction that he needs to be in. That was a potential staircase on TA's side. Oh, August the 40th is saying that he thinks TA was already in the segment, and if so, then I will be sad because it means that we did not get to hear him over there.
As far as I'm aware, we haven't heard a roar yet.
No, I haven't heard anything. No bacon.
Oh,
He was.
Yeah.
Darn it, Ganon's not over there. Maybe the staircase we need to get to Ganon is that one room that TA didn't check. That'd be fantastic.
Now that is entirely possible. And when you have smaller nines like this, especially ones that have a segment, a lot of times because you're packed in tight there, you can have a situation where you have your acquired magic stair to get to either Ganon or get to Zelda.
Yeah, is in a really, really weird spot. Alright, so TA's gonna go ahead and take out this Patra. And he's gonna continue trying to get to the far left corner. Good clock for TA is gonna let him clear this room nice and easy. There's the Goma block in 7, or a Goma block in 7. Now, unfortunately, again, chessjerk took the transport staircase. He needs to go very, very south to find his Triforce here in 7. Turns out there is absolutely nothing in that top corner of 9. We found Ganon. We got Zelda. We got the path to Zelda. We had the compass. But we still haven't found our bacon.
Yeah, there's only so many places he can be hiding, but as well, that's a fun, useless horizontal shoot room. But this is, again, it is entirely possible that there is a quirky path to get to Ganon, and that TA may end up last locationing it. Whereas if chessjerk can get this 7 done relatively quickly and stumbles upon the right path to get to Ganon first, we could have a race again. There's a red ring in 7.
There it is with the llama. We found it. There's the staircase that we saw earlier on TA's side. Alright, but again, chessjerk really needs to get the Triforce, because he is kind of running out of time here, and we just have to hope that, crud, that does not bomb.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I think we saw that on TA's side when he tried to bomb north of the Triforce room, one room, and couldn't, to get up into the head of the llama. So yeah, chessjerk's gonna have to take the long way around.
Yeah, to answer your question in chat, oddly enough, we don't, because I don't think we saw enough of the items in 8 to be able to tell. But hey, we're gonna get to buy a bomb upgrade for +2.
Well, we said we wanted a high degree of difficulty for this seed, and yeah, that's one way you get that.
Alright, meanwhile, chessjerk is only a couple of rooms away, but yet we're running out of 9, and it does look like we're going to end up needing a staircase to get into a small section of it that we haven't been able to get ears on.
Well, so I'm wondering, we haven't heard a roar yet, I don't think, on TA's side, but if he was in that room and tried to bomb south and heard a roar, that would mean that we have a required magic stair to get to Ganon.
Yeah, I think that's where we are, is magical staircase, because he can't get into that section, and that's about the only thing on his map in that area that we haven't been able to get ears on. So it means that we have to start figuring out staircases or go check the few remaining rooms that we haven't seen yet.
Well, including that one in the segment. Oh, I've got my fingers crossed.
Well, no, he walked past it, so if it was Ganon, he would have known, but it could still be the staircase that we need.
Exactly right.
Yeah, to answer your question in chat, I think maybe that's one of the few areas we haven't seen in this 9, is that section to the left of where Zelda's room is. Alright, chessjerk has his Triforce out of level 7, and he is headed into 9.
Oh, okay, and here's how you get up into this top level.
There we go. Alright, let's see. There's Ganon! Alright, guys, here we go. TA, now keep in mind, TA does not have a ring. But, I mean, it's TA909.
Yeah, he does have a blue potion, which he's going to use unless he gets a stun lock just
he's got the stun lock, as chessjerk is going to enter level 9, but unfortunately we may be out of time. Now here's the funny part, you can't actually get to Zelda from here. You actually, he's gonna have to go back through the transport staircase and go the entire way around because we can't bomb through. So he's gonna clear this room to go back through the transport and then take the path that he knows.
Yep, and good call. Pick up that heart and then candle boost to get through. Oh wait, it's
not the transport. We gotta go run one more, TA. You're good. Oh, this is, yeah, I like the potion usage here. Don't die. Alright, meanwhile, chessjerk is having some fun here in 9.
That red ring's going to mean he can clear rooms faster and with a little more reckless abandon than TA can, but TA knows how to get back to Zelda, so we may just be sitting on a ticking time bomb at this point.
Yeah, there is the hint for chessjerk about the location of Zelda, and now TA is going to be heading back in that direction. Now, at an hour and 4 minutes in, you got to be a little bit rattled. You've taken a lot of deaths this seed compared to what you would normally have done, and you're just going, all right, can I finish this out? And where is chessjerk?
And can we get to the girls?
No, we can't. We gotta. Oh, that's gross. All right, so
playing does you no good here. You've got to clear this out.
You gotta. Yes, this is fantastic.
Just pulling the rug out from our runners once again.
You have to enter that room from the south. And he's been in that room, and it's a staircase. It's a transport staircase. That's why there's no connection. So when he opens up his map and you take a good look at it, you can see the room that he went into, and there was nothing linking the room that Zelda's in, the room below where she is, to any other room. That generally means that that's somewhere you got to from a transport staircase.
Yeah, this is the value in tracking your... Ooh, that's an unfortunate bop from the Gibdo there.
Yeah, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, but that's the value of tracking where your stairs are, especially in a Shapes 9 like this, where just things can get weird sometimes. And having the ability to know, oh, okay, I can take stair 3 to stair 4, and that'll get me most of the way there. That usually works out.
And yeah, he is out of potions, but he's got the path. He's on the path. Hopefully he's remembering how he got there in the first place. And chessjerk has found the compass. He's kind of the location of Zelda, but he doesn't know what this map looks like.
Oh no, and TA took a death on the way there, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time. chessjerk's got a little more time ticking, but time is ticking away.
Yeah, this is it's okay. He's just got to be calm. That's all he's got to do. And oddly enough, chessjerk is in the room right now that TA is looking for. So he has confirmed the path, and yeah, it really does kind of look like that was a transport staircase, because chessjerk is going to up an A as he can't go anywhere from there. I really kind of wish chessjerk would find the map, because this map is so good. This is so fantastic.
Of all the ways you can incorporate the llama into level 9, this is one of the better.
It's the negative space. It's like it's the Starry Night llama. This is like all of those funny Van Gogh paintings and all like the people making fun of the funny Van Gogh paintings where they do like the Starry Night backdrop or whatever. This is Starry Night llama.
Okay, I'm with you. I like it.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Okay, here
we go. All right. Alright guys, let's get some... Look, she's in her room! Let's get some GGs in chat for ta909, finishing with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 8 seconds.
This was not an easy seed by any stretch. And the fact that, with all the curveballs it threw at and the low money, that TA was able to close out this series in 67 minutes is incredibly impressive.
And chessjerk finds his map of this lovely and wonderful Starry Night Llama, segmented 9. Now, he's going to end up over in the segment, which we know isn't going to do us a whole heck of a lot of good.
It is a smart thing to check, but you don't hear anything, so not even going to bother checking that third room to the top. Just going to go up. and see if we can locate Ganon, who happens to be up in the top right under the G.
Yeah, this is kind of hard to get to because it is in fact a magic staircase situation. There was no other way to get there, especially since Zelda's kind of blocking the path herself. It looks like we're about to be joined by ta909. Maybe in a moment.
He's on his way.
Hey, look, we got the items. We got a power bracelet, and it was blue banana.
Yes,
it was somewhere.
All the curvy stuff we don't need.
Yeah. It's all right. Now we could maybe fill in the rest of the tracker, but previously we hadn't seen enough of the items outside of this level to know.
Yeah, the only thing we hadn't seen is any key, so that means it was the third item in level 8.
Okay. I think I'm good with that being the third item in 8. I mean, chessjerk still has 12 keys. TA finished with 4 keys.
Yeah, surprisingly, keys not an issue in this seed, despite the fact that the game had all sorts of opportunities to throw curveballs like that at our runners.
Very true. I mean, it just it was throwing us the curveball of here, have a power bracelet, raft, recorder, and a ladder, and you're not going to actually need any of them.
We certainly didn't need them on the overworld. I don't know if this was a true ladderless seed in the sense that you didn't need a ladder to fully beat the game in terms of like getting through like a Chevy room or something, but it would be hilarious if it was.
Yeah, I don't actually remember.
I don't either. You know, I'm not going to go back and play this seed back and find it. So,
all right. Meanwhile, it looks like TA is trying to get his microphone sorted, so we'll see if he's going to be joining us here in just a minute. chessjerk is continuing to work his way through the Starry Night Llama. He's down in like the cloudy, swirly portion.
Yeah, he's seeing a lot of the. To be fair, TA saw pretty much every room in this level 9 as well. So it's one of those, because of its limited size and its segmented nature with the 7 stairs. Yeah, it was going to be likely that there were going to be convoluted paths to get to some, if not all, of the required things in here, and that turned out to be the case.
Yeah, this was just I don't know. I kind of wish that maybe there's a little bit more hinky going on. Because Game 5 could have been epic.
Oh, definitely. And the finals, you know, TA is going to face either Angel FM or Bogey Smalls in the finals, and those finals are going to be ridiculously competitive as well. chessjerk has found the path, I think.
Hey, well, no. Was this the staircase you had to take to get to Ganon finally?
I think it may have been. I've not been tracking individual stairs in this 9.
I mean, I've been, you know, not really paying that much attention to the individual staircases either. I saw the fact that it was segmented and I was thrilled. Like, oh my gosh, we finally got one! Yay!
Look, a segmented 9 is always portends hilarity. Yes.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. All right. He is one room away from Ganon.
Does a nice job getting around that like, and now we have a Ganon sighting at 1 hour and 11 minutes on chessjerk's side.
Now, he's got a potion, I do believe. He's got a red ring, and he's got the magical sword. So I think this is going to be fine. He also has the path to Zelda.
Super quick kill, and off we go.
Yeah, it looks like chessjerk is gonna up a save. I think he just wanted to take out Ganon. All right, welcome and GG's to ta909.
Oh God!
He's going for the last heart. No, I know what he's doing. He's going for the last heart. He's chessjerk.
I love everything about it.
He's going for the heart. Sorry. Welcome, TA. How about that 9?
Oh my God! I got lost.
Yeah, that was
sure.
that was a mess. We decided, since level 7 looked like a guy riding a llama, that since 9 has like the relief image of that 9 is Starry Night Llama.
Oh yeah, I'll have to look at the ink plots. I was not playing name that ink plot in the middle of the race.
Oh, sorry. I do, which is why I'm bad at this video game.
No, that's good. You're having fun. I'm just sitting here panicking, thinking that chessjerk's gonna dot done at any moment, and
Get it? No, get it! Come on, chessjerk!
It's right there. It's right there. Hey.
Yeah. Woohoo! All right, chessjerk is the he is the heart victor in this race. But yeah, so I do have to ask, like, early on in the game, you're taking a couple of not very characteristic deaths for you. Were you rattled because this was a potential winning game for the semifinals, or was it just, like the overworld, or what was going on?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to me this seed. You're totally correct. I took some uncharacteristic deaths in that level 2, and it kind of compounded from there. I started playing as if I was behind, so I was starting to just aggressively skip items. So I skipped originally the staircase item in 5, the floor item in 3, the floor item in 4. I was just skipping items because I figured I was going to be behind with a 6-minute level 2, and that is a...
Oh, Discord's being Discord, and I kind of lost that little bit there.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
yeah,
there you
basically
are.
I was just... can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just basically saying that I was aggressively skipping items because I was assuming that I was behind. I skipped an item in 3, an item in 4, an item in 5, and I was just trying to go as fast as possible to make up that time because I spent 6 minutes in level 2, whereas I assume chessjerk is going to only spend 2 to 3 minutes in there. That blue Lionel room really got me well.
Yeah, that was just I don't think it was even the Lionels. It was the floor was just like, no, you're gonna die now, and the floor just kept, taking you out every single time.
Someone was cursed. I don't know. It was a disaster of a dungeon for me.
How did you feel when the game goes, here, have let's get some GGs in chat, guys, for chessjerk finishing with an official race time GG time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, 17 seconds. And of course, guys, you gotta have all the hearts. But yeah, how did you feel when the game decides it's going to give you the raft, the recorder, the power bracelet, which ends up being a 9, and the ladder, and then you don't actually need any of them?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're totally right. I didn't need any of those.
Yeah, I mean, I was just asking GG's chessjerk. I was just asking TA how he felt when the seed gives you guys the raft, the power bracelet, the recorder, and the ladder, and then none of your overworld dungeons are behind any of them? Like, yeah, you probably needed, as OptimumPoint's pointing out, you probably needed the ladder for parts of 7, and it does make some of the levels a little bit easier, but, like, it's like, here, go waste time looking at the overworld.
Yeah, 7 was hard ladder blocked, and there was one bomb wall I didn't check, but I'm almost certain 7 was hard ladder blocked with that moat room. At least the path, there was a moat room, a river on the right, and yeah, that was the path I found. But yeah, GG chessjerk, by the way.
GG TA.
Yeah.
So you threw us for a loop there, chessjerk, when you leave level 9 until I realized I'm like, no, he's going for his heart. He's going for the last heart.
I thought about it as I was going towards 9. I'm like, wow, I have 15 hearts. That's a lot. And I'm like, where's the 16th heart? Oh, right. I remember now.
On the coast.
So I resolved myself that if the result was the way I expected, that I would definitely go get it for the fans, because I have to atone for my past sins of skipping hearts. That all resulted in losses. So
congratulations on achieving maximum heart.
Maximum heart. Gotta have heart.
Yeah, gotta have them all. It's like Pokemon. But yeah, so this was actually really close for pretty much the entire race. One of the main differences was, for a while there, that TA had left behind the silvers in the staircase in 7. But since 5. But since 5 is right around the corner for 9, he ends up checking 5 before going into 9, which makes perfect sense because it's a shapes 9, which we now know is fully segmented. Like, that
might be one of the first segments of 9s I've seen in a while. I was laughing when I saw that.
And Magic Staircase to Ganon, too.
Yes.
Not even to the segment.
Yep.
I was rooting for him to be in the segment. I'm like, please put him in the segment. But he had already been through there, and I was like, oh, well, all right, fine.
The sad thing is, The sad thing is, I don't know how I do the seed any faster. I mean, I went the wrong way in both 7 and 8 and go mode looking for a Triforce, so I can only assume that was
that was pretty much the time. Yeah,
having White Sword and a bunch of hearts early, and I don't know.
To put it into
it's just 7 and 8 taking too long and doing a full clear almost of 9. What can you do?
Yeah. Well, to put it into perspective.
Sorry, go ahead, TA.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna add on to chessjerk. Oh god, that's my dog. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh yeah, sorry. A little bit of the time differential was also, and it was a good call. Continuing to clear West Death Mountain, you didn't know where 3 was at that point. You had gotten the hint that Magical Sword was up there, and you certainly had enough hearts to pick it up.
I had the hint that 3 was up there too.
Yeah, exactly. So you're searching for what you need. It's just we know from how we were seeing it that 3 wasn't actually over there. But in the end, it got you Magical Sword.
Yeah, although I'm not sure that really saved anything, really, because it didn't seem there were many beefy enemies in this seed. But it's one night you go to West Death Mountain first and it's wrong, and one night you go to East Death Mountain first and it's wrong. Yeah. I was also sad because a weird stat. These are I died 3 times in this seed. These are my first 3 deaths of the series. I did not die in any of the first 3 games.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't finish one of them, but I was almost finished anyway. So
yeah,
I was kind of sad that I took an early death and thought, well, there goes that. Thought I could at least get to the end without dying once. I mean, having 2 early red rings in 2 of the seeds kind of helped, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were talking about it in the in the pregame. We're just going, please don't let there be a free red ring. Like, that's just no.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's something I need. That's not something you guys need in this type of a situation. Because I mean, both of you were playing incredibly well, and it just really came down to like some teeny tiny little minute choices. Like, it wasn't even. There's no huge glaring errors. There's nothing like that. This really just came down to like really tiny things.
Or full clearing dungeons. I mean, I did not full clear any of 1 through 6 as far as rooms go.
Well,
7, I full cleared minus probably 3 rooms, and level 8 I probably full cleared minus about 7 or 8 rooms. You can't do that. You don't have time. And obviously a better route through 9 would have helped. If I had taken staircases in 9, that might have sped it up, but I didn't.
Well,
I didn't take staircases.
TA kind of did the same thing when he got in there too. That 9 was a mess because of the segment and the extra set of staircases. Like, that was just going to be a cluster no matter what.
Yeah. But all the extra time took a lot of time. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Tia.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, guys.
No problem.
It's okay. How's the puppy?
Probably woke up the kid, but
Oh,
yeah, he's settled down now. So anyways, what I was saying is I only found like 9 or 10 containers, if I recall, chessjerk. So I
would you like to know what the rest are? Because I found them all.
Yeah, it sounds like you just did. So you just went the wrong way in these dungeons. I don't know if you were specifically digging items out of, say, level 8.
No. I was in go mode in 7. I was in go mode in 7 and 8, and just went the wrong way in both dungeons, and way overcleared the Triforce. I mean, 7. The compass has got to be near the Triforce because I cleared the entire top section for absolutely.
It is the unfortunate thing in 7 for you was you ended up taking the transport staircase.
Yeah, if you don't take the transport, you just go right to the Triforce. But I did.
Yeah, and at that point you didn't need items. So I mean, while it was very nice to know that my red ring was hiding in the middle of the llama,
it was deep.
Yeah, it really was. And then you couldn't bomb south, and I'm like,
I predicted that. As soon as I bombed the wall, I'm like, this isn't gonna bomb. There's no way this wall bombs, and I was right. Nice to be right once in a while.
Yeah.
Then in 8, the Triforce kind of in the middle of the dungeon. I mean, I took the transport up, but then I went to the right, and that's the wrong direction. So
oddly enough, we had fun debating the because there was a hint that you had to fire an arrow to get the wand, and chat was like, "Wait, what do you mean? It wasn't actually because it's hard to explain to people the logic when it's making up the hints in the game. It can see that one path is technically blocked by a Goma room." But at the same time, there might be another way to get around it. So while you had the white sword, it's one of those. So if you read, and man, it's like going down the rabbit hole. But if you read like the bugs section of the Discord, and you read like the helpful hints section, and you read a bunch of these sections of the Discord, there's a lot of really interesting information about the game. And one of them, and this conversation involved Homer, is that if the path is blocked, even in just one direction, like ladder blocked, you can actually have a hint saying that, you know, something is ladder blocked and it's not, because only one of the ways to get there is.
I mean, I fully, I don't know if you saw that when I found the red ring in 7, I turned around immediately. I assumed it was the wand, because that entire path was Goma blocked. I figured that's where, that's going to be the wand, where the wand is. I was shocked to see the red ring there.
Yeah, well, there was actually like a really good, there was oh, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. It's been one of those days.
Same.
Yeah, I've been awake since like 5:30, so my brain is now very slowly turning to cherry jello.
Go ahead, Tia, you're about to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the with the wand. I just walked up 3 rooms from Star North, and I found the wand, and then I found the hint, and I was like, I don't even recall seeing a Goma in that level 8. I just walked a couple rooms up from Star and found the wand. But
I think there was a Goma down near the Triforce that was blocking 2 shutter doors, one of which would have led you eventually in the direction of the wand, but it wasn't the most direct path.
It must have been blocking a different path. Yeah, that's usually how that works. There's more than one path, and one of them is Goma blocked, or if step over the water, one of the paths is ladder blocked. So it's not guaranteed to be blocked by whatever the hint says, but
yeah. And that actually reminds me, so oddly enough, without second quest bubbles in this seed, chessjerk, you did get the white sword a little bit faster than TA because you dug 6, which was one of the nicest 6s I've seen in a while.
And I felt really good about that play too.
Yeah, so you ended up getting that. Okay, so you got that a couple of minutes before TA gets into 8 and finds 8 and gets the wand, but that kind of like that evened out the damage, because without the white sword bubbles and with the whiz robes on the overworld, there wasn't a lot of stuff in the dungeons that you couldn't hit with the wand and do the same amount of damage as you would with the white sword.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like there were many beefy enemies. I mean, one white sword alone seemed like it was enough to kill most things. I mean, when I saw the blue dark nuts were minus 2 HP, that was really sweet. Especially since you had to go through that room in level 5? I went through it twice. So that was a nice find, but I can't remember any. Maybe some Octrox were a little beefy, but nothing major. But one of the patches was beefy. I remember I think the one that you walked straight was really beefy, but the other one was barely. A magical sword just took out the entire thing in 3 hits.
Yeah, that one, and I think it was 7 in the bottom corner where you guys both had to walk through him to get into the room.
That was a beefy one.
I hate when the game does that.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and ask, since it is kind of getting late for the East Coasters, if you guys have any final thoughts about the series or the tournament, or anything that you're really looking forward to moving on.
As an East Coaster, I will say 10:30 is not late, CD. I don't know what you're talking about.
My alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning.
I can't help you with that, but that's...
So I'm central.
I'll just say I had a blast, and I did pretty well. I mean, I went 2 and 3 against TA in this tournament. TA is like rated 200 points in the not so official racetime.gg leaderboards. There's a reason for that. I didn't even go to look at the potato sheets to see what my record is against TA. I'm sure it's not good. The fact that I took 2 out of 5 from him in this tournament is a win in my book. So I will say GGTA and good luck in the finals.
Yeah, no, thank you. Honestly, watching back some of the matches, game 1 was close. Game 2 could have went either way. Game 3 could have went either way. All the games in this series were close, and maybe if you just went the right ways in level 7 and level 8, that gap would have been narrowed. I mean, it was we were both in 9 at the same time in this race, it seems like. So, I mean, honestly, like this, you could have swept me in just if the cards were dealt a little differently. So
only in my dreams.
Yeah. I mean, the races were close. I have to say
they were for sure. Yes.
But yeah, I have to say, I love the fact that you call them imaginary points. Oddly enough, one of my favorite anecdotes having to do with the fake Racetime GG points is TA is in a race with somebody I don't remember who. He wins the race and ended up losing points.
Well, that's because TA is like 8 million points ahead of everyone else. Of course he's going to lose points. That's just the way it is.
He lost points for actually winning a race, and I'm just like, all right, thanks, game.
I just have to throw this out there. Back when we were doing TTP quotes of the week, the best TTP quote ever was by Sis Crusher, and he said, "Cool, I lost a point for winning a race."
I saw that joke. That's too funny.
Yeah. But I will say, guys, this was an amazing series to watch, and I can't wait to see what happens next from both of you. I mean, we do have more tournament for TA coming up soon, and then we have SG Live and maybe something else coming up for chessjerk here in the future too.
Coming hell or high water, I'm gonna somehow make it to SG Live somehow.
I'm
I
hoping
meant to come
as
2
well.
years ago and something happened. I meant to come last year, something happened. So this time, something's gonna happen. But still, we're gonna make this work.
And if I make it there, I'll bring you a giant heart-shaped cookie.
I will enjoy it many times.
Good. But all right, guys, thank you very much. This was amazing. I do also want to make sure we thank Ratboy42 for doing our tracking in the background, and bbq.gov for hanging out with me and watching some really amazing Zelda.
Really great job all throughout the series by both TA and chessjerk, putting on an amazing show for us. And we got Shape's back half, and we got a segmented 9. How much more could we ask for?
Well, I mean,
Hearts. Oh wait, I got that. Never mind.
Yay!
And Max Heart. We got Max. We got all the things.
Have heart. I got one more in there. I'm good.
Okay, but yeah, this was an absolute blast. But anyway, guys, we will catch you all later, and have a great night.